Hello, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Now.
Okay,
Hi,
I guess
Craig number
we've got
2.
to do this
Hi,
terrible
Greg.
intro. Hello, everybody. This is session 2 of Houston After Dark. And just to remind everyone who I am, I'm Ron, the storyteller. Um, we've got Frank. Frank, who are you playing?
Heyo, I'm Frank. I am playing Cole Stone, the mild-mannered app developer.
And then there's Bill, who is muted.
Uh, am I still muted?
No.
No.
Oh shit.
Speak.
Okay, cool. Hi everyone. I'm Bill. I'm playing Jerry Wilson, the premier health guru.
Jaden.
Hi, I'm Jaden, and I am Wesley Isaac, the CEO of Isaac Genetics.
And then last is Hayden, but not least.
Oh, okay. I was gonna include that I am least.
Oh, you.
Um,
Okay. Well,
yeah, because I play Maxwell and he works in HR, which is definitely the least of, you know, no one likes HR.
nobody does. That's true.
So,
All right.
That is a fact.
Last time you guys went to a launch party for what was the name of that company? Let me pull up the notes. The company's name for Jerry's app, IO, um,
Yeah.
all-in-one organic health.
IO, all in one organic health.
Yeah, IO. You guys went to the launch party and then the after party, where each of you were assaulted by various people, and um, and each of you blacked out. So then, is this the right one? Nope, this is not the right one. This document. We're gonna start with Jaden, since he's got to leave soon. I gotta scroll down, scroll. I did a lot of typing. Where is the one that says Jaden? All right, so the last thing that happened to you, Jaden, was you were thrown across a room by this man who kept talking about how his boss is forcing him to do this and stuff like that. That's what he was talking about down in the at the party, or up at the party.
Yes.
I don't remember. Oh yeah, that's right. And you went to go look for your wife and found her cowering in the bathroom, and then you were attacked by this dude. The last thing you knew was you felt a prick in your neck, followed by some really good feeling, and then you blacked out. Uh, so after an unknown amount of time has passed, uh, slowly your eyes open, you groan and roll over. What just happened? It felt so good, and now what do you feel? It's hard to say. It's like there's this burning hunger, or maybe a thirst. Before you can really think about it, you hear a voice, a kind of familiar voice, although you're still a little bit groggy. I need your help, a voice says. You don't recognize it at first. I screwed up. Breach, I need you to come do a wipe. Yeah, the wife. She saw everything. At that point, you hear a whimpering from the bathroom, and everything clicks back into focus. You remember your wife. You remember the man that assaulted you. You remember your wife's in the bathroom, and the man's back is turned to you. What do you do?
First of all, I just scream
You
because of all of the sounds and feelings and everything all came back at once.
mm-hmm.
So I'm like, ah!
And they are crisper, and everything around you looks more focused. You're it's not none of it's really superhuman, but your eyesight's a little bit better, your sense of smell is better, especially the smell of, well, you don't know what the smell is, but something coming from your wife's direction smells good.
Oh.
oh,
Well, I obviously, well, not obviously. This is my choice. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna look around, and I'm gonna. Is there two people you said?
There's the man, and he's on the phone, and then your wife is in the bathroom.
Okay.
Just scream.
So
He's probably gonna notice that.
yeah. So I scream and I get up like in a hurry, and I go check on my wife.
Okay.
But okay.
So when you scream, you hear the man go, "Shit," and I gotta go, and you hear like, yeah, actually, a lot of vampires use flip phones. You hear the like clack of a phone flipping closed.
The burner phone.
But you probably wouldn't recognize that noise because nobody's used flip phones in forever.
True.
You run to the bathroom, and you see your wife. Uh, she's on the floor. There's some broken glass. You don't know how that happened, but that smell. Your eyes first. You look at your wife. You see it. You see her, but then your eyes are drawn to the cut on her hand, on her arm. It's not a big cut, but there's blood, and that um, stirs something in you that you've never felt before. So if you open your character sheet on the the core page,
Okay.
and scroll down all the way down to um, frenzy, I want you to roll that.
With 0 modifiers.
0 modifiers.
Difficulty 1.
Oh gosh, there's difficulty to frenzy. Let me double check the rules.
Okay.
Frenzy. Prices of the blood frenzy. Yay for the compendium. I don't. Oh yeah, Hayden and Bill. I guess y'all weren't here, but now you can search stuff in the little eye icon. Can y'all see that up there next to the character sheet icon or tab?
Yes.
Yeah. So I got the Vampire the Masquerade compendium,
Yeah.
which y'all should be able to use. Okay, so let's see. Frenzy is asking you for a difficulty. A willpower set. Because let's see, you're at hunger 4. Yeah, you're at hunger 4 because he didn't give you much blood. I'm gonna say difficulty. It's your wife, but it's your first time, so let's say difficulty 3.
Okay.
All right, frenzy restrained. You luckily
Woo!
you have a lot of willpower. So yeah, so you something inside you that you're not entirely sure what the impulse is. You almost found yourself lunging at your wife, and then you regain control of yourself, so you can act as normal.
Okay. Is it kind of like a faint, like intrusive thought, even?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm like, I kind of like shake myself off because I was really weird, and then I look at her. I'm like, "Are you okay?"
Are you okay? That man just threw you across the room.
I don't know. I actually feel kind of good. I don't know. I mean you don't look very good. Are you okay? Like there's like glass here. Like what happened?
I'm fine. Is he still here?
Yeah, he was just on a phone with some guy.
The man actually comes up behind you and he's like, "Listen, buddy, you're gonna have to calm down for a minute and let me explain things."
Okay. I mean, you busted in here, and I mean, I don't know what's happening. So I guess if you know what's happening, then that's cool.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't expect that to be so easy. Yeah, man. So, shit, your wife. Okay, let's come in here real quick. She can just stay in there, and he closes the door on your wife, and takes you out. He's like, "Look, this is gonna sound crazy, but uh, you're a vampire now."
What do you mean? Like a vampire?
I mean this, and he opens his mouth, and his fangs like extend, and then he closes it, and they pop back in. You're a vampire. You drink blood. The sun's gonna burn you. All that stuff.
I look at him with a blank face. Like I'm recepting what he's saying, but I'm like shocked
He
in a sense.
He's like, I know it's I know it's hard to believe, but he looks around the room for a minute and sees there's like a metal lampstand, I guess, or end table next to the couch, and he grabs it and just crumples it like with ease, and then hands it over to you. You won't be able to do that just yet, but yeah, vampire.
I in my hands and I look down at it and my mouth is still open and I'm just sitting there in silence. Like I'm just like, what is happening?
And this wasn't supposed to happen this way. Your wife wasn't supposed to be down here. Look, I'll have to explain everything later, but someone's coming over. They're going to erase her memory, and then we'll be on our way. You just stay
Well,
here. Look, she can't know about you. This is.
well, where are we? Okay, so we're in my penthouse right now. Okay, so how did you get in here in the first place? 1, 2, what time is it? 3, what's gonna happen to my wife if she gets her mind erased? And 4, where are we going?
I'm a fucking vampire. I can get into anywhere I want. We're getting out of here. I'll take you someplace safe. Your wife can't know about us. We're just going to erase the past, I don't know, past hour or so. She'll just think she had too much to drink.
And then what happens to me? I'm just gone, just from the party. She's just here.
She'll be better off that way. Look,
this has been interesting and all, but I mean, I think it's just been a long night. I mean, if you want to come back tomorrow or something, that'd be cool.
Look,
but I mean,
damn it. Ugh. Goddamn Prince. I hate that son of a bitch. Okay, look.
Prince made some good music.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I think he's just gonna.
Are you sure we're not talking about the vampire formerly known as Prince?
I think
that's what it is.
He's gonna try to knock you out, so he doesn't have.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. He throws a punch. So you can either.
I'm quite good at blocking or moving out of the way.
Yeah. Are you? I'm looking.
Yeah, according to my what is it? Oh, am I not anymore? There was something that I chose.
It would be under the first page.
It was in my celerity or something, or potence, presence, so one of those.
Scroll down to discipline. So you don't actually have those yet.
Oh.
We can have them. Yeah, they come with it. Celerity is one of the the powers from your clan. So yeah, you've got rapid reflexes. So
can I roll for it? I want to try to grab his hand if I can.
Yeah. Celerity, rapid reflexes. While their bodies still can't defy the laws of nature, vampires with this power perceive events instantly and can react to them with superhuman alacrity. They can observe incoming projectiles to the extent that they can attempt to dodge arrows and even bullets. So cost is free. With this power, the vampires suffer no penalty to their defense pools for lack of cover. They can also take a minor action worth 2 dice per turn. So what I'm going to say... let me see if he also has this. I don't remember which one I gave him. Pop open his character sheet.
This guy's name's David Murata.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sheet go there. So he. All right. He's gonna throw a punch at you. So what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say you can definitely catch it, but the thing is,
okay.
So roll you're fast enough to catch it, so honestly, you're just gonna have to roll a strength check. So roll strength. Because
Okay.
you don't have enough to yeah, all right. So and then his powers.
Second attribute, none.
Yeah, none because you don't have a skill to go with it.
Nice.
Okay. Now, unless he fails, because it's going to be brawl plus strength, so, which is unlikely. No modifiers. 3 successes. All right, so he punches at you. Your hand comes up incredibly fast, and it does. It certainly gets in the way of his fist, uh, but his fist keeps on traveling with unbelievable strength into your face.
Jeez.
For damage, he deals. Uh, so it's so damage is basically the difference between your successes and his. So there, you had 0, he had 3, plus he adds half his potent rating to his melee damage. So that would be another 2 points. So it'll be 5 damage. All right. So
So I'm dead.
no, you're a vampire. I'm gonna do a screen.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do a screen share real quick to show y'all damage. So share my screen. This. Let me see if this works. Can y'all see that or anything? I think it'd be
Currently loading. There we go.
We'll just look at. All right, can you see me looking at character sheet here? Y'all there?
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
My internet is really bad. So okay, now I'm seeing a character sheet.
Okay, so he's taking 5 damage. All right, so the way there are different kinds of damage. There's aggravated damage and there's bashing. No, what is it called? Superficial damage. So a fist would normally deal superficial damage. Let me check if this guy's fist deals lethal to vampires. Prowess. I know it does lethal to humans. Check this power real quick. Prowess. When activated, add that to their damage value. Or no, it's lethal body that does that. That real quick. With lethal body. Okay, it's only to mortals, so it's going to be all right. So there's 2 types of damage. There's superficial and there is aggravated. Most things deal superficial damage to you. So on the health track, when you take damage, you click one of these boxes. It's going to change it to a slash mark. That means you've taken superficial damage. If you change it to if you click it again, it becomes an X. That means it's aggravated damage. And if you do a blank, that means that you don't have that health at all. But we're going to change 5 damage. Well, actually, vampires take half superficial damage. So in this case, you'll only take 2 superficial damage.
Okay.
So it's still it is a very hard punch. If you had been human, you would have been knocked out cold. But because you are a dead person, it is not nearly as powerful, or it doesn't affect you. Like, you still feel the punch, the full force of it, but it doesn't knock you out. So he punches you in the face, trying to knock you out, and you remain standing. So did you all see how I did that? The slashes mean superficial, the X's would mean activated. So if you ever get all of your health bars in superficial damage and continue taking damage, it then becomes aggravated.
Okay.
You can, once your characters learn how, you can heal superficial damage pretty easily. Aggravated damage is harder to heal, but we'll get into that later. So the guy says, he punches you in the face, sees you don't go down, and he says, "Look, shut the hell up. You're going to come with me. We're going to do this."
Okay. All right. I know you mean business. That hurt pretty bad. I mean, not as bad as I thought it was going to. I was actually pretty scared for like a second, but then I was fine. But I mean, you seem like a reasonable guy.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, with that punch and all, so.
welcome to being a vampire. Speaking of which, you're probably pretty goddamn hungry. Shit, and your wife's in the other room. I can smell her blood. Oh, how do I turn off screen sharing? Don't need that on anymore. Stop. Okay.
So does that mean I'm just gonna bite my wife now? Like, I mean, like I don't understand like this whole thing, you know.
So you might. That's why it's dangerous for you to be around her. We're gonna. He seems to consider for a moment, and then he reaches into his pocket and pulls out his keys and slashes them across his hand. And he's like, "Look, you're just gonna have to drink from this." And he shoves his hand out to you. You can just do it, or you can try to resist. But there's more blood in front of your face, and you're very hungry.
I guess I'm just gonna do it. I guess I'm just gonna get taken over.
All right. Do it. So you're currently at 4 hunger. How much do you want? Well, this is your very first drink, and it's of vampire blood, even more, which is even tastier than human blood. He lets you feed for up to get you down 1 point of hunger, which
Okay.
up 1. So for free, he'll knock you down, let you go down to hunger 3. How do you get rid of this dot?
Oh, like that.
There you go. And then he tries to take his hand away. Do you let him?
I don't know. I want to roll for this. I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah, go ahead and roll frenzy.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say you're at hunger 3 now. We'll say it's at difficulty 2. All right.
Oh.
So you resist. You definitely, something inside you is like, just keep drinking, don't let go. But then your rational mind takes over, and you do let go when he takes his hand.
So does he have any powers that I just gained?
No.
Okay.
You've already tasted his blood, although you don't know that.
Oh, that's right, because he bit me.
Yeah. You don't know
Yeah.
how the process works, but his blood is in your veins already. He just didn't give you
Okay.
much. He just gave you just enough to bring you back.
Kind of an asshole move on his part, but I mean.
Well, it was he wasn't quite prepared for this. I mean, he should.
Okay.
It's like, all right, look, my friend should be here soon. We'll take care of your wife. We'll make her forget all this that happened. You can go to her if you want, but just remember, I imagine you're still pretty hungry. It may be better just to stay out here and keep her in there. She doesn't. Well, let's just say I used one of my powers. She's pretty afraid to come out here right now. I didn't hurt her. I just made her terrified of me. So.
Well, it might just be the best for me not to even. I mean, no matter what I say to her right now, she's gonna forget anything. Apparently, allegedly. So I guess I'll just. I mean, if I see her again, I mean, I understand. You know, I'm still hungry or whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
Now let's move on to another character. I'm gonna swap around between y'all now. I just wanted to get a lot of Jaden stuff done. So we switch scenes. To this one. Who did I write down first? All right. Jerry. The last thing you remember was Imogen trying and eventually succeeding to get a hold to knock you out. She eventually got the needle in you. So you
Yeah, I feel better than I ever have. I think in my entire tabletop career.
yeah. So yeah, you fought, but you were eventually tranquilized. Uh, you awaken to find yourself in what appears to be a lab. You're strapped to a table, the hard leather biting into your skin and holding you in place as you start to struggle against your bonds. Across the room, you see a figure, a woman. The doctor, what was her name? Imogen. She speaks as soon as she notices you're awake. I know, you want to know what's going on. First, you have to understand this. I was following the orders of a man who, well, let's just say you don't ever want to cross him. I'll explain more on that later. If I had a choice, honestly, I would have picked your friend, the geneticist, but I didn't, and now you're my responsibility. She walks over to you, pushing a device on a cart. It looks vaguely familiar to you. You're pretty sure you've seen it before, or at least images of it. A heart monitor? What is she doing with that? And what is that nagging sensation in the back of your mind? You're thirsty. No, no, hungry. No, you're not sure. Bill, what are you thinking right now? As she walks over to you with this heart monitor, or sorry, Jerry.
Um, do I have? Am I able to speak freely?
You are able to speak. You're just strapped down.
All right. I'm gonna I'm gonna try to lift up against it. I'm like, what's wrong? What did you do? Where am I?
I injected you with a tranquilizer. Now be still. And she takes the one of the little diodes from the heart monitor, um, and places it on your neck. And maybe you notice this, maybe you don't, but nothing happens when she does that. She looks at the monitor pointedly, and nothing happens. Then she, you know, if she has to struggle with you a little bit, she does, but she puts another sensor on your arm, one on your chest. You're shirtless, by the way. Um, and wherever else those sensors go, and still nothing happens. No heartbeat. She looks at the monitor again and then looks back at you. She holds a mirror up to your face. Too close to get a good look at your reflection, though you catch a glimpse. You look pale. She holds it up really close, right in front of your mouth. No breath fogs the mirror. And you realize that you haven't taken a breath since you woke. You gasp and force air into your lungs. She nods and takes a step back. You've undergone a change, a metamorphosis, if you will. And then,
What the hell did you do to me?
before she answers, the scene changes. Uh, Cole, the pleasure you felt in the darkness begins to fade. If you remember, the last thing that happened to you was you signed the papers, everything went black, and then you got bit. The pleasure you felt in the darkness begins to fade. For a moment, everything seemed to stop. You could swear you felt your heart stop, and that you took your last breath. And then the shadows faded, and once again you found yourself in the flickering light of the room. But everything was brighter than you remembered, sharper. You see everything in more detail than before. The bindings that were holding you are gone, and the woman is back in the chair sitting across from you. Before you are the documents that you signed, though there appears to be more pages than you recall, at least at first. Then your memories return, and you remember signing it all. You remember asking questions, and you remember the woman, Carmen, her answers. You are a vampire. You agreed to become one, though you can't be entirely sure it was your own will that agreed to it or hers. But agree you did. You were shown proof. She cut herself and it healed before your eyes. Why didn't it frighten you? Why didn't coming face to face with a monster of legend make you think twice? Did you truly want this? Or again, was it just her will making you want it? Answers you'll probably never get. Um, she says, welcome to Clan La Sombra. You have much to learn and much work to do. First, let me explain why this happened to you. I did not embrace you by choice. Embrace is what we call the act of turning someone into a vampire, or one of the kindred, as most of my kind prefer. You've been thrust into a world you never knew existed against your will. This city is run by a powerful man named Augustus Chapman Allen. I doubt you'll recognize the name, but he's actually one of the founders of this city. Now he's a prince, the ruler of all the kindred here, at least those who recognize his authority and that of the Camarilla, though technically he even rules the anarchs here as well, whether they want to admit it or not. Frank, do you respond to anything that just happened? Is he even on? Is he here?
Last time I saw he was playing with his there he is.
Baloney.
Did you hear all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a lot of information.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'm probably like pretty like kind of out of it.
Yeah.
At this point. So I go baloney.
Baloney. Do you not believe me? Do you need me to give you another demonstration? Do you remember?
Sandwich?
Damn it. Sometimes this happens. She points to a glass of liquid on the table in front of you and slides it your way. I promised you drinks, remember? Um, your let's see, your hunger is, I set you at 2, so you're not ravenous or anything like that, but you know you're thirsty. You may not. I mean, you were told you were going to become a vampire, although your wits aren't quite about you yet. But you might realize it's blood. You might not. It looks like thick red wine, maybe.
Mmm. Bloody Mary's my favorite. And I grab it and I take a swig.
The swig, if this you recall the taste of Bloody Marys, your favorite drink. They're trash compared to this. Complete and utter trash. This is the best drink you've ever had. It's like
Is it like a tall glass?
it's a wine glass. You can reduce your hunger by 1.
All right. I took my first sip and then like my eyes widen and then I just keep gulping and gulping. A little bit runs down the side of my mouth and down my chin, and I just like finish the whole glass and like slam it on the table. Not slam, like you know,
Okay, your hunger's
like you would after you took a nice shot. Like
yeah.
I assume the glass probably shatters
Uh,
from the unintentional use of force.
I mean, if you slam it down, you are a little bit stronger than the average person too. So, and yeah, so you have your first taste of blood, and it's good. Then we switch scenes again. Fade to black. Uh, Maxwell,
What up?
you've been awake for what seems like hours, although you can't be sure. You're chained to the floor in a concrete room with only a single flickering light and a grate beneath you. You're naked. When you first woke, you were hungry, you were thirsty. You still are. But that was the least of your problems. Within an hour, maybe less, you started to vomit and shit all over yourself. More than you thought possible, as if you were expelling every bit of your insides. It lasted what for what seemed like an eternity. Oh, you laugh, Bill.
Why do I have the worst intro? I am vomiting and shitting on myself. God damn it. I went to go get a hookup for the night and I end up vomiting and shitting myself chained on the fucking floor.
It's kind of funny.
It's gonna happen to all of you, but yes.
Aw, damn it.
It lasted for what seemed like an eternity, but finally it stopped. And you've been alone and trapped again for what seems like forever. Again for what seems like forever, although something inside you, something deep and primal says it hasn't even been a day. Eventually, a door opens, light shines in, not sunlight. A woman enters. It takes you a moment to recognize her in the bright light until she shuts the door. It was the girl from the party, the girl who assaulted you. She examines you for a moment, then walks over to the wall and fiddles with something, coming back toward you carrying a water hose. She sprays you down, regardless of any protests, rinsing the filth from your body and washes it down the grate. When it's done, she replaces the hose, then turns back to you, staring for a moment. You You are not worthy, she says in a serious tone. Not yet, anyway. I bet you're thirsty, though. She withdraws a knife, the one she used against you, and slits her wrist, then holds it up in front of your mouth. Drink up. What do you do?
How close is she?
She's within biting range. You're chained to the ground, but she's within, you could lunge at her, bite at her.
I try to kick her kneecap in.
Okay, give me that would be dexterity plus roll. I need to open her sheet. Where is her sheet? There it is. 0 successes. You only have? Oh, I was looking at someone else's sheet. So that was a brawl plus dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is there a way that you can double check that from your end?
Yeah, let me double check your sheet real quick.
I'm just like,
So you've got 2 points in dex, no points in brawl, so that's correct, and your hunger's at 3, so it would be all hunger dice. Okay. This is a messy critical, because you failed on your hunger dice. You got a crit fail. So you
okay.
lunge at her. You try to kick her, kick her knee, but the beast inside takes over, and you lunge for that arm with your mouth, biting on exactly like she wanted you to do.
All right.
Told you to drink up, so you start to drink. She lets you drink, um, all the way down to 1 hunger, and then she says, "Stop." Do you stop?
With her hand still in my mouth, I say, fuck you, and keep drinking.
Okay. She rips her arm away from you, tearing, a big gash in her arm. Doesn't seem overly concerned by that. And then let me see what I got next for. So she puts you down to hunger 1. She backs away from you and then kneels down in front of you, ignoring her bleeding arm, which you notice it's not like dripping blood like a normal human wound would. The blood's just kind of, it's there. It's not really flowing though. So she where was it? She backs away, um, and kneels down in front of you. Um, you're a vampire. Yeah, I know. Think about it. You just drank my blood. It was good, wasn't it? Tomorrow I'll let you try a human. Are you going to be a good boy if I let you out of these chains, or should I leave you tied up for the dawn?
How does it matter if I'm a good boy? Like, how the hell did I get here? What the fuck is going on?
Well, you if you remember,
You
I took you down, after the party and turned you into a vampire, and now you're here.
So now if I'm good after you hoed me over, you turned me into a fucking vampire?
Yep, that's what you just said, isn't it?
Fuck is my life now?
It's gonna be a lot different.
Hey, shut the fuck up. I don't care what you have to say. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to do what I tell you.
Oh, like I'm gonna listen to some short bitch over there.
Oh, you'll listen to me. You'll listen to me, or it's pretty simple.
Yeah, well, you know what's simple? Your brain.
She
Get the fuck out of here.
she chuckles and gets up and walks out of the room, leaving you chained to the floor.
Nice ass bitch.
And let's see. Now we shift back to Jerry. So Jerry, let's see. She held the mirror up in front of your face, said, "You've undergone a change, a metamorphosis, if you will." And then what did you? I forget what you said exactly, but we faded to black.
Basically, I shouted at her, "What the hell did you do to me?"
um, I've turned you into a vampire. She just
Okay, and
factly.
On hearing that, Jerry's gonna do like that slow blinky thing, like, okay, so okay, ma'am, I I deal with I spot I you were at one of my groups. You know, I do help people with psychosis, but I do want to admit, this is about on the level where we might want to get some professional help in here. Okay. I always get oh god, the crazy ones. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So she smiles at you, and you notice she's got fangs. And she's like, "I was much like you when I was embraced, but don't worry, you'll come to realize the truth." She takes all the monitor thingies. Still, you have no heartbeat. Uh, and you notice you only breathe when you specifically think about taking a breath. Like you take a breath to speak, but other than that, unless you allow yourself to breathe, you don't breathe. What happened? Did I just get knocked off Discord? Can y'all hear me?
Focus to.
Hold on.
I'm having to focus just to breathe.
Start over. I think I got kicked off Discord.
Give me one second. I actually my Discord's messing up big time. Give me a second. I'm gonna log out and jump back in.
Okay. No, that probably. Oh, it says it's still recording. Oh yeah.
Okay, can y'all hear?
Recording. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So you were breaking up a lot before I came on. What did you just say?
Yeah, Discord decided to just close down on me. She said you're a vampire. She smiled and showed her fangs. And oh man, this video screen is freaking out on me. Okay, that'll do for now. What the heck did I say? She said, I was like you when I was first embraced. I was skeptical, but don't worry. Eventually, you'll come to realize the truth. I'm just fixing.
Okay.
And then she let's see. She goes over to she goes over to the door and opens it, and speaks to someone outside the door, and then comes back. Let me check what hunger I put you
at. Real fast, when I see she opens up the door and she's talking to someone, I'll be like, hey, help me. This lady's kidnapped me.
Yeah, nothing happened. Like, nobody responds to that. She walks back over to you, and she says, "I guess we'll just go for the more vulgar proof." And she takes a scalpel and slits her throat, and it bleeds, but with the other woman, blood doesn't really like flow out. It just kind of like the blood that happened to be there kind of slowly seeps out. And then she closes her eyes. She, doesn't fall down dead from having slit her throat. Barely seems bothered by it. All right, see you, Hayden.
That's Jaden, not Hayden. Thank you.
Sorry, y'all's names are the same, almost. So she barely seems bothered by having her throat slit. She closes her eyes and focuses, um, and it closes right back up. What is Jerry's reaction to that?
Like when she, right from the moment she slit her throat, Jerry was like, "Oh," like just mouth dropped open. He's like just shocked, like what he just witnessed, and then it's just like staring with like, I guess you might call it disgusted curiosity. I guess you might call the look on his face
Mm-hmm.
as the wound on her throat starts to close up.
Says you'll be able to do that too soon. Though I probably wouldn't try it right now. You'd be a little bit inconvenienced. Though it wouldn't kill you unless you took your head all the way off. Uh, she motions to you see a like a couple of a stack of a few books on a table, kind of not far from her. She says there's a lot of information in those books that you'll want to pour over. She points to a door on the opposite side of the room from the one she came through. There's a restroom in there. You probably won't need that, but there's a shower. You're going to need that in about an hour. She she points over. Uh, you shouldn't be hungry, but uh, if you do find yourself with a craving, knock on the door over there and let them outside know. Um, she to point out, she walks over to the door, opens it, and a big burly man walks into the room, and he's like, "This is Dustin. Um, he'll be watching over you tonight. Don't even try to get away. He's she does like motions to him. It's this huge, regular sized man, and he's got a large gun at his waist in a holster, an overly large pistol of some sort. I don't know guns, so I couldn't say what it is, but and then he steps back outside. Feel free to once you need it, use the restroom, and feel free to look over these books, and I will be back before the dawn. And then she goes over and starts to unstrap you. What do you do?
Okay, as soon as my arm is released, I'm gonna go for the throat.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna grab her by the throat and be like, "You're gonna let me out of here right now."
She doesn't seem phased by you grabbing her by the throat. Doesn't that doesn't hurt her. She says, "You're not going anywhere." And then I guess it's a little bit muffled by you grabbing her throat. But she doesn't seem bothered in the least by by you grabbing her.
Well, okay. Well, fuck. Did the big guy? You said his name was Dustin.
Yeah, Dustin.
Did he make any movements when I grabbed at her?
Stepped back out. He's back outside the door.
Wait, say that again. Oh.
He's
okay.
The door.
Okay, okay. So okay, I'm oh I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna sit there holding her throat for just a minute. I'm like, seeing she's not worried by it. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna let her go. Be like, release me the rest of the way, and I think you and I need to have a bit of a longer conversation.
After you've read the documentation that I've provided you, we'll come and have an educated conversation. Right now, it's like speaking to a child. And then she
All right, I can see
back.
I'm not going anywhere with this conversation, so then I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah. So, assuming you don't, continue to try to stop her or attack her or anything like that, she walks over to the door and walks out. And you do see Dustin, outside the door. He nods to her as she goes. The door closes, and you hear it lock. And let's switch scenes. Um, we are back to Frank. Let me find where I left off for you. So you drink the blood. Um, yes, here it is. Okay. What after you drink? Let's see. Uh, she starts talking again. The last thing she had said before you were having trouble, was something about something called the Camarilla. She says our clan was we were not always loyal to the Camarilla, but in recent decades we made a decision to join the winning side. The the Camarilla are the ruling force here in Houston and much of the world. They are old vampires who keep the status quo between us and humans and the other vampires. Um, we used to be not on their side. Now we must work to prove our worth. At least in this city, at least the prince looks favorably on us. One of our own is his sheriff, his enforcer. You'll meet her later, I'm sure. There's a lot to learn, but instead, we're going to talk about you and what you're going to experience soon and what you can do to make yourself useful. Usually, you must be tested before embraced into our clan, but I had my orders. I'm hoping that you can prove your worth by solving a problem for us. And she tosses you a phone. Your phone, you realize. Turn it on.
I look at it dumbly, and I look at her, and I'm like,
Should be
did I agree to be a vampire?
you should have, all your memories back and stuff. You remember um you signed a rather large document. You did agree to be a vampire. She showed you proof that she was a vampire. Um you're gonna get a salary. Um and stuff like that. She didn't specify specifically what she wants you to work on, but that there's a problem that you need to um, try to solve for them. Uh, you did agree to everything, but you agreed to it very easily. So it's a little suspect how easily you agree to everything.
So my memory of this occurrence, even though it seems suspect, do I think that it was on the up and up?
Um, Give me a an insight plus wits roll. So you would click insight first and then add wits to it. Okay, one success. Uh, it doesn't feel like something you would have necessarily. Oh wait, why does that say the beast? That's not a crit fail. Ignore that. Um, that's odd that it would do that. Yeah, not a crit fail, so it's not a beast, and it's not a crit success either. Okay, yeah, one regular success. So, um, you feel like that's not something you would have agreed to, but you remember doing it.
Okay.
At least maybe you would have agreed to
I go
it
ahead.
after one conversation.
All right. So I sat there pondering that for a minute, and I'm like, that this doesn't seem like something I would have agreed to. So reticently, but I see my name on the contract, so I grab my phone and I turn it on.
All right. And after you
Attempt to turn it on.
yeah, after you fiddle with it for a minute, the screen kind of glitches out and then it shuts off.
I fiddle with it some more.
All right, so you get it to turn back on, but the same thing happens after a few minutes. She lets you do this once or twice before speaking up. It's not broken. It is us. Advanced electronics malfunction around us. Phones, computers. We also don't show up well on videos or in mirrors. I'm not worried about that part, but I want you to find a way to make technology work for us. It's a weakness that must be driven out of our clan, and if you can find a way, it will prove your worth. Not only that, it will prove the clan's worth to the Camarilla. But first, you have a bit of an ordeal.
You do
What?
you do realize that I'm more of the software side of things. Like you need an engineer, not a programmer. Like I can do some engineering, but I'm not like great at it.
I'm going to be
Or
honest
am
with
I?
you. I was ordered to embrace you. I am trying to give you a way to prove your worth. If you think that there's another way you can do it, that's fine. I saw you were good with tech, thought maybe this would be something you could try to work on. Uh,
You didn't do much research beforehand, did you?
I literally was ordered earlier tonight to do this.
Ordered by who? Like you? I need to talk to somebody above you. I need to speak to your manager because we clearly have something going on
Don't
miscommunication wise.
You'll meet my manager. No, the prince ordered it, and it was do it or meet the final death. I
You or me?
No, me. I
Why would you meet the final death?
Because if I disobeyed the order, then no, this electronic thing, the prince doesn't care about that. I was ordered to make you a vampire.
Uh, why?
Honestly, I wish I knew. The Let's just say the prince, he's so there are many clans of vampires. As I've told you, you're already of clan La Sombra. Uh, he is of the clan
Do,
Malkavian.
do I get to choose that? Like, can I change?
Unfortunately,
Because like I work with tech all the time. This glitching out thing, I don't think it's gonna work for me.
unfortunately, it's in your blood now. There's nothing you can do about it. And
Could,
you know,
could I get a transfusion? Like,
believe me, many have tried to change their clan. It doesn't work. The prince's clan, let's just say they're known for their eccentricities, and he's a very powerful man. When he tells you to do something, you do it.
Call from Donna Kelso.
hold on.
Your phone's working pretty well right now. Uh, we'll switch back to Hayden while Frank does this.
I'm back.
Sweet. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay, well,
Just had to take a call real quick. You saw my phone turn on, so clearly we don't have that big of an issue with technology.
sometimes it works for us, sometimes it doesn't. Um, and yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Uh, some people seem to be better at getting it to work as well. So maybe seeing that you might be one of those people. Uh, but like I was saying, the prince ordered it, and you're a vampire now. He didn't tell me what to do with you. He didn't tell. He literally just said, this man will be you must make this man into a vampire tonight. And when the prince commands, you do it or you die. Simple as that.
All right. You okay? So me trying to figure out a way to make shit work is just something you want me to do, not the prince.
This is me trying to find a way for you to prove your worth.
Do I need to go talk to the prince? Because I mean, he wanted me to become one of you guys.
You will get to speak to him at the end of the week. Um, I'm supposed to educate you in our ways up until that point, and you and it wasn't just me. You and several others will be introduced to the prince uh, at the end of the week.
Okay. Well, I mean, I didn't have much of a life to begin with, so this vampire thing could be kind of cool. Do I get any cool powers or special abilities like this technology not functioning is kind of a turn off for me. Like, there's got to be some sort of incentive to this package.
Well, for one, you're for the most part immortal. Um, you
Okay.
will likely find yourself stronger than you were before, and possibly even stronger than other vampires. You may find yourself uh, with better sensory capabilities, um, better able to manipulate the mortals around you, and maybe even some vampires. The true uh, power of our clan, however, is our command over the shadows. Uh, you may recall that you were tied down when I bit you. Um, that was those were shadows holding you in place. You won't
Was
be
I
able to do
tied
that.
down though?
You won't be able to do that yet, but you probably can see in the dark. I don't remember what powers you took. What did you take?
Um, I didn't do the see in the dark one. I did the hide in plain sight one.
From Oblivion? Yeah, you took Shadow Cloak. That's right. Um, uh, our powers do manifest in different ways. You'll discover yours over time, but yeah, there will be many powers. Um, you do need to drink blood to live. Um, fresh blood is best. Human blood is best. Um, but as you can see, she points at the shattered glass. It doesn't always have to be fresh.
I mean, that was pretty tasty.
Hey, Ron.
Was that vintage or?
What'd you say, Bill?
Hey, real fast. I gotta step away. I gotta step away for just a minute, but I'll be back. I'll be back. So just keep on anyone else until I get back. Okay.
Okay. Um, so let's jump to Hayden because we've been going for a little
Hey
while.
yo,
So yeah, you're chained up in a room. Um,
bruh,
what are you up to?
completely butt ass naked.
Yeah, you're naked, chained in a room. There's a grate in front of you, but thankfully you're not puking or vomiting or any of that anymore.
Okay.
You
Um.
hungry as you were. You're pretty good. There's just in the back of your mind, there's that gnawing sensation that some more blood would be pretty nice. Do you have any thoughts, or do you try to break free, or
Yeah. I'm thinking like the chains. How exactly am I chained up?
you are chained hands and feet to four different like loops, I guess, or hook rings on the ground.
Hmm.
It's enough for you to stand up if you want. Like you're just kind of you're you're chained in the area, but you're able to move around a little bit. But both your hands and feet are chained.
Okay. Um. Is there anything else in the room?
There's a water hose and a door.
Can I reach the water hose?
Nope, it's just out of reach. She had to
She.
spray you with it.
Okay. Can I reach the drain?
Yes.
Or I imagine the drain is like one of those like small little
Yeah,
things.
it's a drain. It's like one of those floor grates. It's not like a I mean, you can tell by looking at it, it's not something big enough for you to crawl through, but you can definitely
Yeah, yeah.
grab it.
Um, am I able to like pull up the grate on the drain?
You can try.
Yeah, I'll try.
A strength check.
Athletics
Yeah, well, you don't have it, so
or
you can just roll plain strength.
okay.
All right, so you find
Gosh, I am doing bad tonight.
so it's hard. It's a heavy grate. You try to lift it, but you just can't. But you feel something in you, something stir. You feel like I'm just double checking your sheet. That's why I changed.
Oh, okay. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm seeing what you can do real quick. Okay. Um, the power inside you uh, starts to stir, and you feel like you should try again. But scroll down to the bottom and click
Mhm.
rouse.
Click what?
It says rouse.
Rouse all the way down at the bottom.
Yeah, next to frenzy. All right, so that's a success. So you don't get any hungrier. Your strength temporarily increases by 1. So you feel your blood stir and you get a little bit stronger. And you can try again if you want. So I guess just mm,
For now, put a dot in there.
would it be a dot or let me see what no second attribute. I think a modifier gives you an automatic success. I guess for now put a dot in there. We just have to remember to lower it back
Okay.
down. This,
Yeah, yeah. I'll do it right after I'm done rolling.
all right. So you get it this time. 2 successes. That yeah, I'll say that's enough to lift it up. So you feel yourself get stronger and you lift up the metal grates.
Okay. Yeah, so I keep the metal grate in my hand, like the ape I am.
Hmm.
Um, and I assume there's blood on the floor from when it like I try to rip her hand off.
Yeah, yeah. There's some blood on the floor.
I like put my fingers in it and I like investigate it. I'm like, this is like straight up blood. Like
Yeah,
I ingested this, like, but it's cold and it shouldn't be cold.
yeah.
I go ahead and taste it.
Uh, it tastes good, but not as good as when you first drank it. It's been out of the
Okay.
body for a little bit.
Okay. I hmm.
Let me see. Blood
I
sweat.
kind of want to go ahead and try to break my chains again,
Okay,
or break my chains with this great help now that I have.
go ahead and roll for it. And just keep your strength at 2.
You mean, can I still have that one dot or no?
Well, your strength was originally 1, wasn't it? Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I was rolling from athletics. Sorry.
oh,
Um,
yeah,
I had to roll back up, but yeah.
yeah. Keep it at 2. It doesn't go away until the end of the until we, it lasts a little while.
Oh, fade out.
Yeah,
Okay. Um, so no, just put none attributes. All right.
yeah.
Submit. Submit.
I mean that's pretty good, but to break the chains,
Not good
I was
enough.
gonna say you would have needed a crit. Um,
Okay.
so
I look around. Are there bolts or is it screwed?
it's I would say it's probably bolted in.
Shit.
I think
Wait, the grate. How big are these grate holes?
um probably like maybe an inch wide. They're not huge.
And I assume the bolts are not gonna fit it.
Uh,
Maybe. Maybe. Should we roll like a 50-50?
I'm trying to see if you've got a skill that might. Do you have craft or anything like that?
No.
I think any of your
I
skills
have
really.
firearms, stealth, one an animal can, etiquette,
Yeah.
insight. I can roll insight.
That's
Um,
against a person. Yeah,
investigation.
I don't think your skills would let you figure out a way to make that work. Um,
I have one in technology
and
and one in
it's
science.
really technology. Yeah. At that point, the door opens and she walks back in. Um, and looks at you holding the grate, and kind of raises an eyebrow. Um, and she says, "Have we calmed down yet?"
I'm trying to think, like Max. Max, my boy. Would Max be calm? I feel like he would, and he's getting desperate because this is extremely new. Um, and he's just like, why?
I wish I knew, to
And
be
he like,
honest.
and he just like sits down on the floor and like looks up at her.
She doesn't come closer, but she sits down too, and says, "I wish I knew, to be honest." Actually, hold on. She reaches for something through the door and comes back with a towel and tosses you a towel, like a big towel. um,
Oh, sweet.
she says, I wish I knew. Uh, so there's a lot you need to know, and I'll be honest, this wasn't fair to you or to me because now I have to deal with you and train you and make you a worthy member of vampire society. Otherwise, they'll probably kill us both. Anyway, we so there's a hierarchy of our kind. The elders, they're the powerful ones. They rule over us younger ones. And mind you, I'm still like, how old is she? Uh, I'm almost 150 and I'm considered young. So we're talking
Look
people
at
who
her.
are,
150.
yeah, yeah, I look great, don't I? Anyway, we're talking,
Yeah, I was gonna say, but like 150? How? Oh wait, vampires.
yep,
That's
vampire.
right.
Yeah, I was born in 1872. Um,
I'm sorry, that's rough.
and I died in 1904, and been this ever since. So yeah,
You died in like right before World War One, or like around that time.
yeah, right around that time. I wasn't here in America for that, but yeah, uh, she does. I don't. She looks well. She's technically from Indonesia, but um, she's got a whole history about Indonesia. Anyway, I was given no choice. I was ordered to take you, make you a vampire, and really, other than I have to introduce you to the prince at the end of the week, that's all I was given. Normal rules say, now that I've created you, I'm the one responsible for you. Uh, if you mess up, we both mess up. So, yeah, I'm just going to be honest.
Can I roll to see if she's lying to me in any way?
Go ahead and roll an insight.
Any modifiers on that?
Uh,
Charisma,
yeah, it'd be
attribute charisma, right?
insight plus no, charisma would be for persuading.
Would
This
be
would either probably be composure. I think that's what
maybe,
the
yeah.
sheet says. Yeah,
Okay.
insight plus composure. Yeah, so she's definitely telling the truth. You can tell she is not happy about this situation. This is not what she wanted to do. Um, you can even tell that her anger is not, you know, she's not angry at you. She's angry at the situation. This isn't something that she would normally do. Um, and you don't know why she decided that she needed you to chain you up naked in a room and leave you for hours. Uh, but you can tell that it's not necessarily the way she would prefer to do things. Um,
And I
so
okay, go ahead.
yeah, so anyway, yeah, ordered to turn you. Um, so a few quick rundowns. The city's ruled by a really powerful old vampire. We call him the Prince. He basically his word is law. Um, while you might be able to escape one angry old vampire, he's got the loyalty of a lot of angry old vampires. So pretty much, if the Prince tells you to do something, you do it, or you die. Um, honestly, usually I'd spend years watching you before deciding to offer you the chance to become one of us. I had a matter of a couple hours to watch you. Uh, our clan, oh yeah, vampires were broken down into different clans based on who who our ancestors, I guess you could call them, were from long time ago, thousands of years. But anyway, our clan's called the Banu Hakim. We're I guess you could call us the uh, the the judges or the justice dealers of the clan. Honestly, what I did to you, if it wasn't under the orders of the prince, I'd be punishing myself for this. Um, or at least our clan would. Honestly, I might take some punishment for doing this, but we'll just see. Uh, so we judge the others. We usually in the hierarchy of the city, we're the ones who are sent to punish those who do wrong. Um, you you probably remember how fast I was. That's one of our specialties where we can be really fast. We can be really sneaky. We see what we see more than others, and we're kind of mages. So wait, no, we don't see more. Wait, what are hers? She might just have blood sorcery.
I don't yeah, I don't think we're mages.
Yeah, yeah. So she doesn't. She didn't say that part. Yeah, she's got
Okay.
one blood sorcery that she got from someone else. That's right. Um,
Yeah. I
I think your blood sorcery came from your predator type, or did you?
yeah.
Sorcery? Yeah. Um,
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm back.
right. You're right.
All right.
And she kind of starts going into just kind of the explanation of, you know, you're a vampire. After a while, she gives you the explanation about her clan and all of that, and uh, and then after a while, she asks you again. So if I unchain you, are you going to be calm this time?
I go, I've ended up in a lot of situations. And I'm sorry, like, yeah, sure, this is very traumatic for me, and I still have no idea or why
No reason to
idea is going
apologize to
on.
me.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's traumatic for you as well, but I don't even know your name, and I woke up naked in a room vomiting on myself. Can you explain why I was vomiting and shitting everywhere?
Yeah, that was your new body getting rid of all that stuff it doesn't need. All that food, all that water, all of that, those those do they vomit up organs? I don't know. All that stomach acid, you don't need any of that anymore, and unfortunately it's pretty gross. And I didn't feel like being around while it started. That was not a nice choice of me necessarily, but I'll be honest, I was kind of in a mood. So sorry for that. And she doesn't ask you again. She tosses you a key and reaches through the open door again and pulls out the clothes you were wearing before and sets them down, near you.
I guess I unlock myself. I go, I never got your name, by the way.
My name is you can call me Tiv.
Tiv.
Tiv
All right, well, Tiv.
from a random
Best.
generator.
All right, well, Tiv. Um, what's the plan now?
Now,
You got to present me in a week.
yep. Now I'm gonna teach you how to be a good little vampire, so you don't get us both killed. And we'll switch back to finish Frank's intro. Um, so my plan after this session, I'm gonna give y'all. I'm still working on the documents, but a document with everything that your individual sires train you on, and then we'll jump forward to a week. Um, well, we might do we'll do some hunting because hunting is fun. But all right, so back to Frank. I forget what we were just saying before we switch scenes again. Um,
Um, with Frank or with
Frank.
Bill? Because I think we're going back to Bill.
Oh, we're Bill's
Yeah, we should be going back to
scene
Bill.
is done actually.
Oh, okay.
We're almost done for the night.
Yeah, mine was books.
Yeah. You got the scientist. She's giving you books.
Wow, I'm just gonna point out that it took me like 3 seconds, and then I heard what I just said on y'all's end.
So you've got some sort of
What?
weird feedback thing going.
Yeah, I think, and it's making me react even slower than I already am.
Is it me?
I don't think so. I think it might be. I think it might be my internet connection. Whenever it rains, my internet connection becomes real spotty and kind of shitty.
Maybe Bill's the La Sombra.
I mean, I am just automatically bad with basically anything that's modern tech.
Sombra Day One.
Like that 70-year-old grandpa who needs help getting on the Facebook.
Oh yeah, no, Tasha got me. Tasha got me right. I am like that 70-year-old grandpa that's trying to get onto the Facebook,
Yep.
or that open. Oh no, I'm that 70-year-old grandpa that opens up the Google app and types in google.com.
Yep. All right, so we need to. Okay, so Cole. I don't remember what we were talking about. I know what is in my notes to go into next. Yeah. Anyway, I'll just say, yeah. So the prince forced me to, to do this to you, but this is the best way I could think for you to prove your worth to the clan. Otherwise, if the clan doesn't accept you, you'll be, well, you won't be left completely alone, but you'll be lacking a lot of resources that other vampires have. And trust me, you're going to need those if you want to continue to live. Well, continue to exist. Um, but first, you do have a bit of an ordeal to go through. You can probably feel the stirrings in your stomach already. You had a drink, so that'll help. But she points to a door, and she's like, "There's a bathroom in there. Once you feel the need, head in there, and you're going to be in there for a while."
Is there a constitution check of some kind I can make?
Let's see. There, I would say stamina plus resolve if you're trying to resist it.
Resolve.
They're the both in the top. So click on one of those and then add the other one.
Click stamina and then click resolve.
Well, click one of them and then it'll give you the option to like choose a thing to add to it. Yeah, a messy critical, huh? How does a messy critical? How does the beast help you? Not you're. I'm assuming you're trying to resist the urge to expel your insides.
Yes.
You
Um,
do it the most angrily way possible.
yeah, you feel it coming on, and you just starts just freaking out and smashing things, and you're holding it off. Like every time you feel like you're about to start vomiting, you punch yourself in the face. You just and Carmen is just watching you like, what? That just let it. I mean, dude, just let it happen. It's, I mean, it sucks, but man, it's gonna happen. You can't hold it off forever. You like
I mean,
run into the, you like look at the bathroom for a second and go in there, but then you just you rip the toilet out of the floor and toss it out of the room. It's like, well, now you're just gonna have to use the sink because it doesn't have a shower. It was just a toilet and a sink. It's like a bathroom at a it's not a penthouse. Yeah, so I don't know how long you hold that off, but eventually there's no way to stop it. Your body does get rid of all the unneeded stuff that you needed in life. And that, for all of you, takes about an hour to get rid of it all. It's not very pleasant, but you feel better once it's over.
I wanted that.
You wanted all your poop and well, not blood, stomach acids and water and
Well,
whatnot.
I wanted to try to hold on to a shred of humanity there.
Well, she do you say that or something along those lines?
Yes.
She sighs and says, "Well, you you're not gonna. You've got iron gullet that lets you drink bad blood. It doesn't let you eat." Yeah. She says, "Well, you can't hold on to that stuff, but if you ever do find yourself wanting, to eat a taco or drink something other than blood, you can do it. We've got this ability, and so she's pretty pale, uh, but hold on, gotta roll her hunger check or rouse check. All right, she concentrates for a moment, and then you see kind of the color and life come back to her skin. Um, if it were cold in the room, steam would come from her breath. She looks alive again, and she says, "With some focus and practice, you can do this. You can appear more living. You can actually eat and drink. Although, I'll be honest, once you're gonna have to get rid of it later. So, um, in much the same fashion. But that's about the best you can hope for. You can take a drink, but eventually you're gonna have to get rid of it all again."
I do it.
Okay, so give me a rouse check. Scroll to the bottom of your sheet, and there should be something that says rouse. All right, so you do it. You appear more alive, and you don't get any hungrier doing it. So just so I know, a rouse check. Anytime you do something that requires that, if you fail the rouse check, you still do the thing. You just get hungrier. So all it is seeing whether or not it makes you hungry to do it. Yeah. So you feel more mortal. Your skin is warm. You're breathing like a normal person would. It's not a your heart starts beating again. Um, and as far as anyone would be able to tell, you seem mortal while you continue to do this. For rules,
Does she notice it?
yeah, she does. She like nods impressed, and she's like, yeah, that's how you do it. That's actually a really useful skill to learn early on, because now when you need to feed, uh, you can more easily appear like a normal person to people.
I just want to go back to work.
Well, well, to be honest, you're still going to have the technology issues until you figure out a way around that. And I'm going to leave it up to you. You can go back to work. Just know that if you go out during the day, you will die. Um, and you just have to keep what you are a secret.
Why?
Well, if mortals ever found out we existed, and they have in the past, they'll come for us. They have a distinct advantage against us in that they can operate during the daytime. The last time this found out, I'm sure you heard of the Spanish Inquisition. Well, that wasn't just witches. It was all supernatural creatures, vampires, witches, werewolves. That werewolves exist too, by the way.
Oh, wait, whoa. Oh. So not only vampires but other magical beings exist in our world that's just crazy.
I, me personally, I've seen a werewolf. They're terrifying. Stay away from them. And I've seen something that I don't know what it was, but it was immortal like us, but different. For one, it could go out in the day, so I don't know if it's something that we can become or something else, but there's something out there that lives as long as we do without the same restrictions we have.
Okay, I got a serious question. Um, do we sparkle?
No, we don't sparkle. Well,
Okay, thank God.
you might spark before you burst into flames.
Hmm.
That's true. Okay,
Honestly,
I'll keep
I
that in
feel
mind.
like whoever wrote that book had to be one of us, and they were just trying to come up with the most ridiculous thing to throw the mortals off.
I don't know. Sparkling's maybe not the most ridiculous. The most ridiculous was falling in love with somebody and then having a half vampire baby with them.
Well,
Like that's
Okay, yeah,
ridiculous.
that was a little bit that was a little bit of a lot.
there have been cases I've heard of things like that happen.
Of a half was it half vampire, half human, or is it?
They usually
Yeah, it was half vampire, half human, right?
they usually don't live long, but they, things like that have happened in the past. Clan Tremere has been known for such experiments.
Of course they have.
And so,
God damn
Okay,
it!
well,
I got lumped in with the fucking vampire weirdos.
so as you all, learn from your sires, or in the case of Jerry, read um, textbooks worth of information about Clan Tremere and the vampire state. Very professional, very something that a doctor would write. Uh, as you all do that, dawn eventually approaches, and you find yourselves getting sleepy. Um, anyone who tries to leave their area, their sires and or guards don't let them. They either, in those of them who are more friendly with their people, say, it's not a good idea to leave this first night. Dawn is almost approaching, and this is a safe place. Uh, with the exception of Jaden's character, he gets taken somewhere else, but that's all off screen because he's in a penthouse with windows. Um, uh,
did we not have windows in the room that I went into?
no, you're in like an inner room of some building. She says it's one of her buildings, uh, or her organization's building. Um, and Bill, you're in some sort of lab. You think maybe it's underground, but you're not sure. And Hayden's obviously in some sort of underground dungeon.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are all in secure rooms for the night. Um, your None of your sires stay in the room with you when dawn comes. They all leave shortly before dawn and say, stay here for the night. I'm going to go to my sleeping place. None of them seem willing to spend the night or spend the day in the room with you. But they, they all head their way, and as the dawn comes, you can resist it, but eventually, you do all fall unconscious into a dreamless sleep. Vampires don't dream, except for Malkavians, who have visions.
Do we get a coffin, or is it just like a bed?
I'll say you've got like
Wow, dude. Wow, that was so goddamn 13th century of you. What the hell was that?
Are you
What the hell was that ignorance just there? Do you think we sleep in coffins, sir?
Are you asking your son?
I mean, I think
your
cool.
sire, or just asking?
Sure, I'll ask the sire before she leaves.
Okay, she chuckles and says, "Well, you can do that if you want, but for tonight, there's a cot over there, and honestly, you're not even gonna notice, because once we fall asleep, we don't really feel anything."
Okay. Night.
Good morning, and she she walks out of the room.
Shit.
Bill.
That's like a faux pas among vampires.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Jerry, you've got just the bed you were strapped down to that you can lay down on if you want. And she
to be honest, I think I'm just gonna spend most of my time on the toilet reading the books, especially once I get to the part in there about you'll want to be reading this on the toilet because you're about to violently shit yourself.
Yeah. That's definitely in there. And then Hayden, she kind of leaves you unchained but in your room, and she says, I'll be nearby, and then heads out as the drowsiness
Wait,
starts.
no bed, just like straight up, just towel.
It's like, I mean, do you? She
Oh, you're such a good boy. Oh, he's such a good boy.
She reaches to, apparently there's just some sort of like clothes rack or something next to the door, because she grabs a couple more towels and tosses them to you.
It's like a fetching magician's hat in there. What else do you got in that? You keep pulling stuff out of that door.
She's like, "Oh, I wasn't sure how much cleaning that I was gonna have to do."
Is this your house?
This is
your dungeon, your hole.
This is part of my place, yeah.
Oh, that's awkward.
And so have a good day, and I'm gonna go to my room, and I'll see you.
And you better stay there until you think about turning people into vampires, as I say with a slight chuckle.
She chuckles too, and she's like, "That's all I'll be thinking about for a while," and then closes the door. You do hear that it locks. She doesn't
Damn it!
fully trust you yet.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Dude, this is just not your night.
And then
I still have the grate. We're doing it, boys.
Somewhere above
Do it.
ground, the sun rises and the vampires fall asleep into their death-like sleep until the next sunset. It's so hard not to say the next dawn, until the next sunset.
Yeah, just watch us carry over into D&D, and we're just so confused.
Yeah.
Dusk is a good replacement for dawn.
Yeah, there you go. And yeah, so that's where we'll end it. Next week, you guys will hopefully be released from your various cells.
Yay!
And I'll give you the. I'll finish.
I want to see if by chance I can make one more roll.
Go for it.
See if I can break through that door.
Right.
With my grate.
So I don't know if you have melee, but I would consider that a strength plus melee.
Yeah, I more like want to try to lockpick it.
Oh, okay.
With the grate?
With the grate.
Because I can imagine with the grate, I can like file it down for some time.
So I'm gonna say
You have to stay up quite a
Oh,
bit of
this.
time.
you're
And then I can also use the bolts
you're focused on
to get the bolts out.
you're focused on this filing it down and stuff, so focused that it activates your discipline of by trying to file down the grate, you accidentally cut yourself. And notice your
Oh
blood
shit.
is corrosive. Um, and it melts a portion of the grate.
Hell yeah.
Big part.
Character development.
Yeah, you activate your power of corrosive blood and realize when you're focused on something, your blood can melt stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. I was like, I just can't know that about myself.
Yeah.
And this is something that my sire doesn't know about me, right?
Yeah.
This is just unique to me.
She doesn't have blood sorcerer. Oops, did I show you her character sheet? Do y'all get to see
No, you just show
Just
me
her
her
bio.
face.
Oh, okay. She yeah, she doesn't know that about you.
Dope.
Let me see. Are we sure that the clan doesn't have that? Let me double check. Handouts, clans. Wait, that's not clans. That's disciplines. Clans. You're the Banu Hakim. Your clan disciplines. Oh no, blood sorcery is one of yours. It's blood sorcery, celerity, and obfuscate. So your protean is the extra thing you took
Mhm.
from your predator type. So yeah, she would know that you. I mean, she might not know that you specifically have the corrosive blood power, but she knows that you are.
She knows it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Well, I want her to trust me, so I'm not actually going to do it now. Considering both of our lives are on the line.
Yeah.
So,
So I think we will call it a night.
yep. Thanks for the game.
All
It
right.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was session 2 of Houston After Dark, and I guess we should do our sign off. Ron signing off.
This is Bill signing off.
See you next week.
Phil, I can't get up.
Yes, you can.
You know,
You're just not
I can
trying hard
imagine.
enough.
I can actually see that happening to you, though. Oh, it did happen to you.
You can do whatever you set your mind to. You got it.
This is Frank signing off.
And